What be your name?
My name is Patience Freedom, sir.
Patience Freedom.
Yes, sir.
What be your father's name?
My father's name is Freedom, sir.
Freedom who?
Freedom Goler.
Freedom Goler.
Yes, sir.
Which state you now from?
From Plateau State, sir.
Which local government?
Kanke local government, sir.
Which village?
Sure.
Which family?
The family of Goler, sir.
What be your mother's name?
I actually don't know anything about my biological mom.
Why?
I lost her I lost my mom when I was very young. And growing up, my dad actually did not tell me anything about my mom. I don't have any relationship with her family, sir.
Are you the first child?
Yes, sir.
Is your mom still alive?
No, sir, she's late.
How are you sure?
I saw her pictures, and I think growing up, I met one of her brother that actually confirmed it that she's late. And I can recall, I was quite young, but I can recall when I went for her burial, sir.
Okay. How old are you now, ma'am?
I'm 20. By next month, I'll be 21, sir.
Tell us what brought you here, ma'am.
Okay, sir. The reason why I came here...
And I don't want you to rush yourself. Put yourself together. This is an opportunity for the whole world to hear your story. But with this opportunity, I want you to remember that God Almighty in heaven is watching and listening. Make sure you don't lie. No matter how bitter the truth is, say it the way it is, even if people are going to blame you. They will blame you, and some will forgive you. Some will even reason with you in the course of your presentation. Some, much later, it will sink, and they will reason with you. So, go ahead.
Okay, so it all started after I lost my mom, 2004.
Okay.
And 2 years after, my dad got married to another woman. Mm-hmm. Before their marriage, she came to the house. That is my stepmom. Came to the house, and realized that she pretended to be nice to me. And at that point, I was just 6 years old, and that care and love of having a mother again, I was so happy of having another mother. 3 months into the marriage, maltreatment started. She started by beating me up until they said that she broke my head. So neighbors around, because we still lived in the area where my biological mom died. So neighbors in the area became angry and took her to the police station where she was locked up. When my dad came back in the evening, he went and secured her release. When she came back home, she pleaded with me and said, and promised to be nice.
What tribe is she?
She's Bagisa.
What is her name?
Her name is Ladi, sir.
How many children does she have for your father now?
She had 3, but 1 is late, so just 2 remaining now.
Boys and girls?
2
A boy
boys.
and girl? 2 boys?
Yes, the girl is late.
Okay, continue. What did you do that made her beat you to the extent of breaking your head? Could you recall that?
She only asked me to sweep the house very early in the morning before she left. I think
At
she
the
was
age of 8?
6, sir.
6?
Yes, sir. So when I was sweeping the house, I mistakenly sweep one of the ear of her earring away. And she started beating me immediately, that she can't find her earring. And at that point, she injured me. The painful part was she asked me to stay inside. I should not show my face outside. And whoever asked me what happened to me, I should tell the person that I hit my head somewhere. So when neighbors came and they asked, there was no how I could pretend. I started crying at the spot, and they actually knew that something is wrong. So I need to open up because I was going through pain. And that was when they actually looked for her and took her to the police station.
Okay.
So after that incident, she promised to be faithful, and she started beating me up again. So whenever I report to my dad what happened, they usually have quarrel in the house and get to fight. So I decided to start keeping things to myself because I don't want to be the person creating fight between my dad and my stepmom when they are just newly married. So since then, whatever she do to me, I get to keep it to myself. When my dad comes, I try my best to pretend, but still my dad can still read it from my face that something went wrong. So then I will pretend to smile when I'm not happy and pretend to be happy when I'm very, very sad. So it continued like that. And whenever she gets to beat me, she hits me on the sensitive part of my body, like my eyes, my chest, my stomach, my nose, to the extent that at times I get to bleed, then get to hide myself and clean up myself. But I promised that I was not going to tell my dad because I don't want issues to come up in the house. So because of the stress from the neighbors and everyone were just looking up to her, they understand that my mood changed. My dad have to pack from the environment to a different environment.
Una neighbors no con they happy with the family again.
Yes, sir.
Because these na neighbors wey sabi when your mother dey alive.
Yes, sir.
How caring she was.
Yes, sir.
Now they come see say after she die, they bring this woman, she come they beat you. In fact, the first time, now when she break your head, yes, 9 neighbors gathered. These na good neighbors. Let's appreciate such neighbors. Now, these na neighbors we know they fear waiting go follow.
Yes, sir. So we moved to a different environment where I know no one, and the case became worse. So at that point, I have to think of a way out to save myself. I decided to start running from the house. I was between age 9 and 10. So at times I did run away from the house, get to sleep in the market square, or get to sleep in uncompleted building. Just to run away from my stepmom. So when my dad comes back, he have to look for me, plead with me to come back to the house, and get to have issues with my stepmom.
Why you no pursue the woman? Now by force to marry? Now by force to marry? Okay, continue.
So at that point, when I started running away from the house, my stepmom took me to a prayer house where they confirmed that I was a witch and said I was the one that killed my biological mom. And I'm there to kill her also. So that was when the case became worse and the beating.
Now, this time around, you be like, say, your father can't join her, believe within the people talk. Now, which prayer house will they carry you go?
I can't really remember, but the place was in Masakasa, where we were staying before. Okay. So that was it. The beating became serious until when I developed eye problem. So when it started, it just started very little. It wasn't that serious. The eyes just became red, and my dad wasn't around during that period.
Now, as a result of hit, which they hit you for eye 9, the eye begin develop problem, Abi?
Yes, sir. After the last incident, when my dad witnessed it himself, he corrected her and said, how is she's hitting me now? I fall down and I die. What is she going to say? And him is scared of my biological mom family. I think they are not in good times because after my mom died, I don't think they have any relationship again. Was like, if anything happened to me, what is he going to say to my biological mom family? Then after that incident, that was when my eyes became red. And my dad wasn't around during that period. She started using all kind of things on my eye, like cigarettes, the brown part of cigarettes.
Into your eyes?
Yes, sir.
And it was painful, Abi?
It was very painful. It wasn't even working. It was worsening the situation of my eyes.
This woman still there alive?
Yes, sir. She's still alive, sir.
She has to be arrested. So continue.
So now, immediately my dad came back. He met me at that stage.
Una support me to arrest this woman? Una support me to arrest this woman?
Sir.
Thank you. Continue.
So when my dad came back, he met me at that condition. He quickly rushed me to a clinic and bought eye drugs for me. So after using it for some while, my eye cleared up. And my dad, I think he traveled, I can't really remember. Then my eye swelled up, my right eye got swollen. She actually still did not take me to any clinic. She started doing her self-treatment again, using hot water to press the eye and applying rub on the eyes. I will cry, ask for help. She will lock me up inside the house. I had no choice but just to bear it because I have decided I was going to bear anything that I'm going to face from my stepmom. So after that, I think my dad came back again and met me at that point, and he took the matter serious. That was when my vision started going low. So I had to stop going to school and stayed at home. That was around 2010 to 2011. So I started going to a church, Living Faith Church at Goshen, where I met some teachers. They noticed that I do stretch my eye to read in the class and in the Sunday school class. So when they noticed that, they drew my attention because they're trying to ask me if anything is wrong with my eyes. Because I was scared of sharing my story to anyone, I decided to hide this from them. I told them I'm fine and I'm okay. But they keep on pressing until I have no choice. I have to open up to them. And I told them, this is actually what I'm going through. And they said they're going to look for my family. They looked for my dad. And after meeting with my dad, they decided to take me for eye surgery, 2012.
The hospital took you for eye surgery?
Church.
The church?
Yes, sir.
The name of the church?
Living Faith Church, sir.
Please, let's appreciate Living Faith Church. Now,